And that's what happens when you start companion planting. You get a watermelon hanging up in the amaranth. Hi, welcome to my garden. Last day of July, 102 degrees. You know what we do? We're going to go ahead and plant. We're going to start our 5-day August planting challenge. Things you can get in the ground in August and still have a harvest. So come on, let's plant. If you remember, we planted carrots here in December. And as those were maturing, I went ahead and planted peppers on either side. Now that this patch is pretty much gone, go ahead and put something else right in here. Even with the heat, look how nice and damp this soil is. But like with everything else, just go ahead and pull that mulch back down to bare soil. So look how soft this soil is. Look at that. I'm always amazed. You can just squeeze that and it goes together and it just breaks right apart. Now when I started this garden, this was orange clay. We're coming into our 5th summer. And this stuff is just beautiful underneath the mulch. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to plant 2 kinds of squash. We sure do like the crookneck squash, but it kind of took a beating from the squash bugs this year. And we had a lot of yellow zucchini, so I'm going to plant some of this green zucchini. We've already got a couple rounds coming up. The difference between this and the winter squash has that hard rind on it. It holds up really well. It preserves really well into the winter, but it takes a long time to grow. The summer squash has a really soft skin, but it grows very, very fast. We ought to be able to get a nice harvest right up to the frost. Got some zucchini back here, and I'm just making a little dent. It is pretty hot, and I want to make sure these stay good and moist under the mulch, and we're not going to mulch back very heavy. I'm only going to put 1 or 2 seeds in each one of these, and that way I'll thin them out. I'm just lightly dusting them back over with a little bit of soil. The squash does push up pretty good, so I am going to put just a light little bit of this hay back over here. I want to try to retain a little bit of that moisture. It's so warm out here, these ought to be germinated before we finish planting our challenge. I hope you join me for that. Now, there's a couple things I'm supposed to pick before I go into the house. Let's go take a look at these cantaloupe. Right here at the top, this is just going to peel off. One of the key things is this last leaf. One of the key things is this last leaf is dying back. The leaf right above it, that one's done. Now watch how this peels off. Oh, see me just turning it, that's just peeling right off. I'm just moving that. So it's done. Now that last one we picked, I was going to try to show you, but just by moving it, it just peeled off right there at the top. And that's how you know your cantaloupes are done. You don't have to really pull it, you don't need to cut it, and that just peels back as easy as can be. It needs to be cut tonight. I know what I'm having for dessert. Let's go take a look at the corn. I think we got a couple ears that are almost ready to come in. Once the tassels start turning brown, let's see. Yeah, we got a little bit of worm damage there. I'm taking this one. I think I'm going to take this one. Oh yeah. That is just beautiful. Go ahead and get this one. I think we're now that we finished up day 1 of our August planting challenge, I hope you're up for it. We got summer squash in. Tomorrow will be a surprise. So I'm going to go eat a cantaloupe and some corn. You can do this too. If you want to learn a little bit more about the deep mulch, click that link right there and I'll meet you back in the garden. If you want to learn a little bit more about the living soil, click that link right there and I'll meet you back in the garden. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.